Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another live stream. I want to discuss my election night plan. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to end up with like four screens, four different screens. I don't know, maybe five different screens or something like that. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk about that. Someone asked me about the Kamala Harris thing with Christians. Yeah, I think honestly, to be fair to her, that was just taken the wrong way. I mean, it was a really bad look, but it was more of like an anti-abortion thing. So she's like, "You're in the wrong screen. You're in the wrong rally or whatever." Go watch the Michigan rally there purposefully. I mean, dude, listen. At a certain point, you've seen a lot of Trump rallies. It's the same thing, you know. And that's what politics are. You say the same thing in different places. But I've seen enough Trump rallies. I mean, I am going to do that. I'll live stream the Madison Square Garden one. That one I'll definitely live stream. And if there's one with Elon, I might live stream it. But like at these rallies, I mean, Trump is losing ground in poly market. I mean, it ebbs and flows. It is what it is. What do I go by? You're asking, X Mortal. Just I'd say DG is good, man. That's what people normally call me on here. Did you see Lickman's blow up today? No, I didn't. Is he raging now? He's raging because he's losing. I mean, he's going to have a horrible. His reputation's going to be nothing. He ruined his own reputation with the Trump derangement syndrome. That's a funny story, and it's a cautious tale. It happens to a lot of people. They ruin their entire reputation because of the Trump derangement syndrome, and Lickman, he's just the latest. He's going to be the latest casualty. It's a sad story, but you can see it from a mile away. It's unfortunate. Didn't some French dude just put 25 million in Polymarket? It's if it's one, if it's one bet, you can't really pay attention. When will my election night stream start? Well, this is what I think I'll do. I think I'll do a morning stream. Then I'll do a final video. I'll do a morning stream at like 9 a.m. Then I'll do a final video. And then I'll start my election stream maybe at 5 o'clock at night. Because I think that's fine if I started at 5, honestly. That the other thing you have to be worried about is they only allow you to go on for 12 hours, I mean, I'm thinking at the latest, it gets called at 3. At the latest. Thoughts on Mark Cuban? I tweeted it out earlier today. I was watching Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban had a rally for Kamala Harris yesterday. It was in Detroit or something, and I finally watched it. Mark Cuban's going to run in 2028. I'm just warning everyone right now. He's playing the bubbly, nice billionaire, and his whole thing now is I create jobs for other people, and I'm transparent, and I pay all my taxes and all of this, and that's his whole thing now. He's like the nice billionaire, and they think Trump's the super villain billionaire, and Musk is the super villain billionaire as well. So that's the dynamic, and I can tell you that I think Cuban is going to run for sure. Cuban already said he wanted to run, but his family didn't want to deal with Secret Service. That's the only reason why he didn't. And that's what these people do. It's this whole thing where it's like, well, I don't want to run. And then they give it long enough. And then they're like, well, you only live once, YOLO. And Cuban's a billionaire. I mean, these people, there's not much left for them to accomplish. When you're a billionaire, there has to be greater heights. And Cuban is very jealous of Trump. He's very jealous of Elon. Both of them get insanely more attention than he does. And he wants some of that. He's a billionaire just like they are. He thinks he's a better talker than Elon, a better public speaker, I guarantee it. And so he wants some of that attention. And it's almost like he's forcing it, because I don't think he's this crazy liberal, but he has to fit into that box because of where we are right now in terms of partisan. You have to be one side or the other if you really want to break through. So you can't really be in the middle like, or you'll get run over, like RFK Jr. Yeah, Cuban is very power hungry. Cuban will be interesting to watch. It'll be interesting to see what Cuban does. You'll take Vivek over Cuban, and well, I mean, Vivek's a Republican, obviously. Any Republican would take Vivek over Cuban. Kamala yelled at her campaign manager for 30 minutes, calling her retarded and terrible at her job, apparently, according to internal sources. But what was that, Axios? Do you know who reported that? Yeah, Kamala is going to be such a raging. Oh my God, is she going to be a miserable person to be around when she loses? She's already miserable to work with, apparently. Imagine when she loses, how bad it's going to be. She's going to have a blow up on walls. Cuban is such a Kamala glazer. Well, he's forced to be. It's the political trend. You're on one side or the other. And more so, I think Cuban's more so a Trump hater than he likes Kamala. He's forced to go with Kamala because she's really the only choice. And there's no criticizing Kamala right now because everyone has to play team ball, basically. What if Alex Jones walked in mid-podcast with Trump on Rogan? Well, I mean, that would be crazy, but, you know, you kind of want a one-on-one there with Trump and Rogan. Trump ahead in 538 forecast. Yeah, I know, but really that's kind of irrelevant. Whether Trump's down 49, whether Trump's down 51 to 49 or up 51 to 49, it's like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as it's close there, you know? Do you think Trump could win by a landslide? It really depends what you mean by landslide. I think a popular vote win would kind of be a landslide for Republicans this day and age, honestly, because you're talking about at least 306 electoral votes, possibly 312, possibly even more, maybe Virginia. Poll numbers look good in Michigan. I was told that Trump leads right now in terms of the Real Clear Politics aggregate in every swing state, because I haven't looked at that in about a week. Normally I'll do a week update, and he leads. I mean, this is legit polling. It's all the polls combined, and you know, he's really struggled in the Real Clear Politics average aggregate in pretty much every state since 2016, but now he's leading everything. Hillary had to be, yeah, Hillary was a mess. Well, didn't Hillary go into like, she went hiding for like 5 months and then crawled out, and then people were like, where's Hillary? After she lost. Now, Hillary, I mean, she thought, I think she probably thought it was a lock. I thought a lot of people within the Clinton campaign thought that was a lock. A lot of pundits thought it was a lock, but definitely the people within Hillary's campaign thought there was no way, because nobody had ever seen someone like Trump actually win with no experience. It was thought of as just impossible. And plus, all the polls and the numbers were just so crazy. I mean, it was like a 98% chance, 91% chance. It was like they were paying out bets. They were paying out bets before the election even happened, apparently. That's what people were telling me, because it was just so lopsided. I mean, that's when pretty much, I mean, Ohio was a pure swing state. Florida was a pure swing state. I mean, Trump had to win like 9 swing states, dude. It was like 10 or something. It was so bad. And he was able to do it. Trump internals have him 7 points down in New York. That would be really good if he lost New York by 7. I would be pretty surprised if he got it to 7, man. And I don't know, you know, those internals, they get leaked. I don't know how realistic those are. Normally internals are supposed to be good, but it just depends on the pollster you're talking about, because sometimes the internals are just, they're biased polls. They had Hillary at 95%. Well, Huffington Post had Hillary at 98%. But look at Bongino. Oh, my man, come on. Who do I think is going to run in 2028? Well, listen, man, it depends who wins in 2024. I really can't predict who's going to run in 2028. It depends, because understand, if Trump wins, then it's going to be Vance, because Vance is the VP. He probably already has Trump's endorsement. He's going to be the guy in 2028. For the Democrats, then it's going to be open. It'll be Cuban. It'll be Whitmer. It'll be Newsom. It'll be Shapiro. I don't think AOC is going to. But then if Republicans lose, the party's going to be it's going to be a complete different situation. It's going to be the establishment against the new MAGA, whatever that turns into, whoever Trump endorses if he loses. I don't know how much staying power Trump will have in terms of probably a lot, but if Trump loses again, he'll probably endorse someone, and whoever that is will end up winning. You think it's going to be Vance versus Whitmer? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was that. Whitmer seems like one of the potential next up in line. You can really never, bet on these things this far out. It's hard to say. Mark Kelly, yeah, I know, but I think Mark Kelly's a weak candidate for president. Maybe a good VP. He just strikes me as someone that would get run over. He just doesn't have the personality to be the lead. Like I think he'd get run over by he'd get mogged over by like a Newsom or a Shapiro. Vance could pick DeSantis. Well, DeSantis might want to be the president. I don't know. I don't know if DeSantis would want to be a VP. Do you think Barron will ever get involved? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even think I've ever heard Barron speak once. I have no clue. Yeah, I don't think Newsom is going to be their pick because like Newsom gives them really no advantage anywhere. He's from California. He's not even that liked by California. I just don't see them picking Newsom. I think Tulsi might stick around. I know I've heard Tulsi's name thrown out there as a VP in 2028. Vance and Newsom. I mean, that would be a true American type election for sure. The DNC might never have a male candidate again. I don't know if Kamala loses, that's 2 losses with females now. They might get a little bit angry. I think Chris Christie's got to be done. Please, not again with Chris Christie, man. If Chris Christie runs again, do you think the polls will err to the left again this cycle? I think they'll slightly underestimate Trump, but not nearly the same error we got in 2020 or 2016. California hates Newsom. I mean, the Republicans in California certainly hate Newsom, that's for sure. Vance versus Cuban. Yeah, I mean, I could see Cuban, honestly. I mean, I would be surprised, though. I don't know. Reaction if Harris gets over 350 electoral votes seems impossible right now, honestly, based on the polling. I would be shocked if she got 350. So what would that be, Florida? That would be Florida and Ohio, probably. That would be like, what the fuck? There's some type of error here. Come on. I mean, that's ridiculous. DNC never had a good female candidate. Well, Hillary was certainly better than Harris. But yeah, I mean, Hillary lost to Trump. I mean, just got off the Trump rally stream. How was Trump's rally? He's doing a rally in Detroit, I think. Yeah, none. I'm too young for that. I would have been like 9 years old. Did you see libs saying Trump was sitting on a towel on Fox News because he pooped himself? Yeah, well, they're doing listen, this entire thing was Biden shit himself like 4 or 5 times. Now they're trying to turn it on Trump. It's not going to work. I mean, Biden legitimately shit himself multiple times. And now they're like, oh, but Trump's the one who does it. What will be the 2024 polling error? I think they'll slightly, well, depends what state you're talking about, but I think overall the general popular vote slightly underestimate Trump because right now I think she's winning it by like 1.5. 11 o'clock on election night, you think it's going to be over? Well, it depends what time zone you're in. Thoughts on Vance Ramaswamy? I mean, I want to see how Vance, does as a VP and as a VP and he continues. I mean, I guess Vance is fine. Ramaswamy is a young dude. He seems. Yeah, he may I don't know about. I mean, what would Ramaswamy be the VP then? I guess. I mean, that would be a fine ticket. I don't know how much it would appeal to independent. I guess Vance has the independent appeal. Why don't you do a video on Harris's best potential electoral map? Oh, I don't know. I don't think my crowd would really like that very much if I was talking about Harris like that. Honestly, and plus it would just be basically all the swing states going to Harris. That would basically be it. Because I can't see Harris under any circumstances winning Florida or Ohio. Because those would be the next two up for Democrats, I think. Because it's the 6 swing states, and then for Dems, there's no way. I mean, that's the thing with Dems. It's they don't have any. I mean, you could argue Republicans don't either, but Republicans could say, well, Virginia, Minnesota. Dems really don't have any like extra, because it's just not going to happen in Florida. It's not going to happen in Texas. Do you think we will keep the House? You think what do you mean, Republicans? I think the House is about 50-50 right now. The House is 50-50 according to the betting. But yeah, look at this, Kamala HQ. This was the interview with Bongino. Trump abruptly ends his live interview after it is reported he is canceling interviews because he is exhausted. Off the record, I gotta get going. Bullshit, he stayed longer than planned and signed a baseball and other items for charitable hurricane relief. And another 10 minutes afterwards, you can shove the bullshit right up your ass. So this is what the Kamala HQ does. I mean, it's just every one of their tweets is a lie. It's really bad. It's like next level bad. It's like, I don't even get the point of the account. It's like, it's just everything they say is a lie. But that's what they do. You're cracking up if Trump flipped New York. Well, if Trump flipped New York, that would legit be like in political terms, like if you take it to sports, it'd be like a 16 beating a 1. I mean, that's how crazy of an upset that would be. Like, we don't see upsets like that, We really don't. Vance Tulsi 2028. Yeah, that would probably be a good ticket. Tulsi is a great for. I mean, I think Vance is good for independence the way he was debating, but Vance would be the hard ass on that ticket, and then Tulsi would be for independence. Yeah, people have been talking about that ticket, but I think Republicans want Tulsi to be more Republican for a longer period of time to get more trust. I was born in a small town. I was born in a small town. I almost had a voice crack there. Like losing my voice. Have you seen Breaking Points? Breaking Points has been horrible. Yeah, Breaking Points has gone left a bit there with that polling analyst. Just terrible stuff. Just not defeating him a bunch of BS. It's sad. Kamala HQ on the level of Occupy Democrats. What about the level of the Lincoln Project? They might be worse than the Lincoln. Oh, I don't know about that. The Lincoln Project is. If Trump won New York, is it sleeper? Yeah, if Trump won New York, that would be like a midnight. It would be done by midnight. The way Kamala HQ is trying. Am I going to get drunk on election night? Listen, it's going to be a good night, I think, on election night. Let's just say that. It'll be a good night. Is Jank MAGA? Jank is going to do his bullshit where he's like, oh, establishment Dems lost and we have to go further left, just like he did in 2016 and nothing happened. The radical liberals have to take over. The real liberals, they're too right-wing. The current Democratic Party is too right-wing. That's what it is. That's what Jank's gonna say. That's his script whenever the Dems lose. It's the establishment Democrats, the establishment Dems. Of course. Of course. Rasmussen plus the Gallup results. Well, really, the important one to look is as Gallup there. Gallup is the big one, and I want to see the final Gallup results, but wait, I did see that Dave Bautista was campaigning for Kamala. Did I hear that right? Dave Bautista, the actor now? The WWE superstar? We need to reform the Democratic Party, and then he votes for Biden in 2020. He wanted Walz. Well, that's not smart. Because Walz is more left. I mean, but even Walz being more left wing, Walz is just a big dumb idiot. He makes the people that are further left look dumber because of how stupid he is. Anna Kasparian. Well, she's an independent now. I don't think she's gonna vote Trump though, man. What are the odds? The odds got to be low on that. She said so much shit about Trump. It'd be hard to vote for him for her. Will Trump actually deport illegals? Yeah, I mean, hopefully most of them, but at least the ones that have at minimum, the ones that have committed crimes or are on some type of list he'll be able to deport. Yeah, I saw Jank try and run for president and he got 0 votes. It's not good. Yeah, I saw Dave Bautista lost a bunch of weight. He said he got off steroids and he lost a bunch of weight. You're awesome. And has Fox News or peers contacted you about coming on their shows? No, I never been contacted by anyone like Fox News or Piers Morgan. I get a bunch of people that they want me to, sponsorships and things like that. That's what I get. I know 538 has flipped to Trump. Maybe I should. I mean, dude, it is like a big moment. Honestly, this is like to see 538 actually. Where's their forecast? Dude, I haven't even been on their site in forever, honestly. Wait, there's an Oregon poll that got released? Oh, well, here's an Oregon poll if someone wanted it. Harris plus 12, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's a liberal pollster, though. A Washington State poll, Harris plus 15. I didn't even know these polls were out. A liberal pollster. At least we got an Oregon poll. Do you think Youngkin would have been a better pick than Vance? At this point, probably not much different. Probably not much difference. I mean, with Youngkin, there would have been a narrative that he would have won Virginia. That's the thing with Youngkin. Now, I don't know if he actually would have won it, but it would have been a better chance in Virginia just because of how much Youngkin is loved in Virginia. Those numbers are bad for Harris. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a Democrat. It's not good numbers. Democratic pollster with a plus 12. I mean, it's one poll though. You can't really, judge it like that. Why is Trump down in Polymarket? By how much? I mean, what is he down by? Listen, Trump was. I said there was going to be a correction, and the people just lose their minds, and they just, oh my god, he went. I mean, what did he go down by exactly? Let's see. I mean, he's still plus 9. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really think this is much of a panic, man. I mean, he's still plus 19. It's like You people are panicking over this. Come on. Come on. Ever consider getting into politics? In what sense? Like, I don't think I would ever. No, I would never. I'd rather just do YouTube. You mean like work for a network or something? I don't think I'd ever do that. Or do you mean like? I mean, there's really not much you can do until you're older. Yeah, you know, you can't really do anything with politics, anyways. But I don't think I'd want to, honestly. Oh, running for mayor, you mean? Yeah, I never thought about. I mean, I'm not even close to being old enough. I don't think, anyways. 538 and the 13 keys being biased towards Harris. Well, of course they are. 538 picks and chooses. That's with their motto, the polls. They're all liberal pollsters. That's why they had her propped up for so long. When all the other betting had it closer. No, when every other model had it closer, they had still had it like a 70% chance Harris was going to win. The 13 keys is compromised by Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, I don't really see how this is a big problem. I mean, what was he went down 2 or 3 points. It's like it happens. It's like I'm shocked he's up by this much in the first place with the betting, just based on how it was going. I mean, it's not like the polls changed that. Some of the polls did get closer. The popular vote polls did. Do you have a day job? No, I just do. YouTube is my job. YouTube has been my job for maybe 2.5 years. I started making not like I guess a decent enough money. I want to say it was like it was during a football season. I think the 2020, maybe the 2022 the 2022 football season is when I started making enough. Thoughts on the new liberal cope that Trump voter? Oh, you mean the pollsters? Trump pollsters are putting up the numbers and manipulating it. Well, they've got to come up with something. It is what it is, man. You look at any liberal poll. I mean, I'd say 95% of the liberal polls, or I'd say maybe 100%, they're way more favorable for Trump right now than they were in 2020 or 2016. Pretty much every liberal pollster or any just regular. I mean, CNN. What happened to CNN's polls? CNN I think they just stopped polling. I feel like CNN has not done a poll in like a month or something. Because they used to release a poll like once every 2 weeks back in the summer. How confident are you that Trump will win? I'm very confident, especially after the Gallup numbers that I saw. I'm very confident that Trump will win. Especially with just the Harris-Walz charade as well. I mean, that's not a presidential ticket. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. Look at Trump and especially Vance compared to them. I mean, that's like, remember Walz against Vance. I mean, that's a joke. And they know it. You make $2,000 a month from YouTube with 300K views. Well, I don't know. I mean, what's your CPM then? You'd have to give me your CPM, and I'll tell you if it's good or not. I mean, the CPMs now, they're going to be very good. They're going to be up around $6, $7, $8 for some, because of the holidays and a bunch of ads and the ad prices going up. The Gallup numbers, either Gallup got it way wrong or Trump's going to win, basically. Either Gallup, for the first time in like 6 election cycles, let me just explain to everyone what's happening. Gallup, either for the first time in 7 election cycles, got an election way wrong, or Trump's going to win, probably the popular vote. And look, that's just basically, that's just the reality. That's the reality of it. I mean, they just ignore the Gallup numbers. And listen, I was like, I can't believe this new Gallup poll that had Harris or that had the Dems +4, and I was like, that's probably not right. And then the next one comes out Republican +7. Yeah, there's no chance she's up by 8 in Michigan. That's total bullshit. Did that poll get into real clear? There's no way that poll got into real clear politics. Up 8 in Michigan. I don't even think she was up 8 in Michigan when they had her actually winning Michigan by like 2 or 3. Up 8 in Michigan is crazy, man. Where's the October surprise? I don't know, man. I mean, they're gonna have to. They're waiting a few more days, probably. Alan Lichtman's ranking of presidents. Let me guess. The first 20 are all Democrats. I'm kidding. Will you end your election stream early if Florida is called? Well, no, it's gonna go until there's a winner. Hopefully there's a winner called by 1 a.m. I mean, I would never end the stream early. Why the fuck would I end the biggest stream of my career early? What kind of sense? I mean, if she wins, she wins. I'm not gonna end the stream early. What are the popular vote odds? I think it's around 70-30. Maybe no. It's like 65-35. It's like 65-35. You straight up don't believe he can win popular vote? Well, it's understandable. I mean, look at what the Dems have done. They won like the last 5 popular votes. It's hard for Republicans. And a lot of that is they import immigrants, and then the immigrants become legal, and then they vote Democrat at a bigger rate, so it's easier for them to maintain that popular vote edge. They just import voters. I mean, that's what the popular vote does. What state do you think Trump should have his last big rally? It'll probably be Pennsylvania. I mean, listen, Pennsylvania is just, my God. I don't know how many rallies have happened in Pennsylvania. Harris is always in Pennsylvania. Trump is always in Pennsylvania. It's every day there's something happening in Pennsylvania. And it makes sense. I mean, it's the most important swing state. How confident are you in North Carolina? I'm pretty confident. I mean, you don't want to say, because the thing is with North Carolina, it just depends on how much there's of a shift there is, because this is a way better environment for Trump than it was in 20. I mean, we could look at the map here. Actually, I don't remember how there was a thing where you could, maybe it's down here. No, I don't remember where it is. Maybe it's in new. Wait, what is this? Who will go on Rogan first? Why the hell would Kamala go on? There's no way Kamala goes on Rogan before Trump. Why are these odds at 45% chance? No 3 a.m. ballot dump. Yeah, there's not going to be that because it's a different election. I mean, there's not going to be that many. There's not going to be that many mail-in votes, hopefully. If Pennsylvania has been called the election, it's over on election night. Yeah. Well, they're already gearing people up to say Pennsylvania's not going to be called on election night, so we'll have to see. When will Trump go on Call Her Daddy? Imagine that's a question on here. Maybe there's a 1% chance. Well, she invited, Alex Cooper invited him, but he's not going to go on. I know. I don't know. This is. I'm kind of getting excited if this is the odds here. I thought there was 0 chance Kamala would go on. Now they're saying no. There's a 44% chance Kamala will go on before Rogan. Like, what the hell? There's no way. Will Kamala fire her campaign manager? There's no way they would do that. You want to know why? Because it would look terrible this late in the cycle. There's no way they would do that. You do something like that in like July or August, they wouldn't do that. Click on politics. Oh, this is it. Wait, what is all? Oh, this is the Senate. Yeah, I mean, I think Republicans, you're looking at like an 80-20 type with the Senate. And they do have Moreno at a 57% chance. Moreno is not spending enough money. I think he'll still win, though, because Ohio's Republican enough. McCormick, 30% chance. Rogers, 28. Not looking too good elsewhere there. Hawaii. Yeah, look at Hawaii. Trump is down in popular vote winner by 4. Swing states. He's leading all the swing states. If Kamala goes on Rogan, it would be an amazing thing for my channel. I could react to it. That would be great. I think people give Rogan way too much credit for the idea of being tough on her. Well, it really doesn't matter. Just visualize a two-person conversation with Rogan and Harris. It would be just the most awkward thing ever. It would come off so horribly. Should be 100% chance GOP takes the Senate. Yeah, well, the reason they would say no is because they think that an independent could win Nebraska, and they also think they're going around saying Cruz is going to lose Texas, so that's why. Because they're giving up Montana now. They're giving it up. They know he's going to win. If Trump picked Tulsi as VP, could he have won Hawaii? I don't think so. I mean, it would have been closer, though. The comments on Polymarket are so toxic. Yeah, it's degen people. I don't know why. That's a weird thing that they have a comment section like that. It's kind of odd. I mean, for a betting site, but Predicted has the exact same thing, and it was terrible and during the midterms. I don't think there's going to be riots if Trump wins, man. I mean, there might be a few things that happen, but if they do something bad, it's just going to look worse for their party. Alan Lichtman put Trump in F tier. Not surprised. Well, he's not. If he did, he's not a real historian because historians refuse to rank presidents until at least like many years after their term. So he's a clown. Do I have any idea when Trump will go on Rogan? I mean, I thought it was going to be on Monday, but I don't know. Someone told me it was going to be on Monday, but I think that was just something that was going around. I think it's got to be next week at some time though, because they got to do this. It's a time crunch here, so it'd be maybe next week at some time. Because Trump's been doing all these podcasts. He did PBD. He did Bongino. Yeah, he did Flagrant. So I mean, I'm guessing sometime next week is when he'll go on Rogan. Polymarket shows Kamala gaining on Trump. Oh my God. Guys, guys, it's so sad. Trump's only up by 19 and a half now, not 20. Oh my God. What will we ever do? I mean, come on, guys. It's a crisis. Wouldn't Biden be ranked low? Oh, dude, Biden should be way lower than Trump. Dude, Biden was. They don't even. Biden's not even a president. I don't even think you can rank Biden because of his cognitive decline. I don't. The one thing Biden did was fuck up Afghanistan. I think everything else, it was just a puppet. It was a paper president. I mean, Biden can't even. They don't even think Biden's president right now. Like, nobody even cares about Biden. They don't care about his approval rating. I haven't even seen an approval rating poll out from Biden in like 3 months. I don't even think they're doing them. They're like, just don't do them anymore. He's not even a real president. I mean, a Joe Rogan podcast would guarantee a Trump win. I mean, it would be great publicity, but I don't know. Why does she have so much lead in the popular vote? It's because, mainly because of immigration. That's why. I mean, if you can import new voters, it's hard to compete against that. Immigrants come in, they vote liberal 70% of the time. So, I mean, they're always, that's why they've had the lead. See, they act like, oh, the country is liberal. Well, no, you import them and then it becomes more liberal. They act like, oh, Americans, we're liberal people. And the only reason that Democrats lose is because of this terrible electoral college. You said, I love you. Well, I appreciate that. That's a nice donation. Obama is honestly president right now. Well, Biden apparently resents when people say that. He gets really pissed off. It was reported. He gets so angry when Republicans say Obama's in control, and the Biden administration was having a temper tantrum. They're like, the Biden administration was like, we're better than Obama. That's what they were saying. They said we did more. We got more done. Future home ownership depends on Trump winning. Fuck a gains tax. Yeah, well, how about like a short-term capital gains tax of 50%? Isn't it? It's very high still, isn't it? But it's not 50%. I think it goes to like 45% with Harris. They want to tax anyone that becomes successful through crypto or through the stock market. That's what the capital gains tax does. And then you've got the unrealized gains tax, which it's not going to happen, but it would cripple everything. I don't know why they even said that. If she wins, will she squash free speech and conservative voices like us on YouTube? Well, let me say something about the YouTube situation. It's not right now with YouTube. It is what it is. I mean, there's certain things that you just don't touch because you know it's not worth it. You know, like I'm a YouTuber, so I'm not going to touch certain things and say certain things. And you're like, well, you're censoring yourself. Well, it's kind of a job if we're being honest. So, but like in general, this is what I'll say about YouTube. There's been 2 videos, and only 2 videos. Like, I do 4 videos a day, it's fine. But there has been 2 videos within the past month. They've been both negative videos against Kamala. I don't think there's anything wrong with the videos. I did not say anything necessarily horrifically bad about Kamala or anything like that. They're like all my other videos. They were just negative videos against Kamala, and they both got demonetized. And they said limited because it was an ad suitability issue. And it's it's not like the videos are horribly bad or it's me criticizing Kamala. It's just interesting. I mean, if they start doing that with every Kamala video, I'll obviously speak out against it. But to your question, I think it's going to be more with X. They're going to go after X really bad. I think they're going to go, they want internet regulation. You know, I was listening to some liberals and they won't outright say it, but they want there to be serious government intervention. They want liberal government intervention when it comes to social media. They want liberals to control all of social media. That's what they want. They don't say it because it sounds bad. It's just like the idea of banning Trump off of social media. It sounds bad, but they really wanted to do it, and they found a reason to do it with January 6th. So they want full control. They are so pissed off at Elon Musk. They think there should be, they think the argument is always it's a safety issue. That's always the argument. Whenever the government, whenever liberals, whenever they want to take your rights, they'll say, we're doing it because we need to keep the general public safe. if you're on X and you're doing stuff and you're saying things that are, you know, misinformation and causing people to potentially get injured and believe bad things and cause them to do bad things, we have to do something to protect the public. So we must censor Reddit, or not Reddit, although they are also doing that, although Reddit's very left wing. But I mean, there's been a lot of subreddits that got taken down, like the Donald. But they want to censor X and say, we have to do it for your safety. I mean, we have to do. We're forced to do it. We don't want to. We don't want to take rights, but we have to. It's for your safety. It's for your own safety. We must do it. We don't want to. We're forced to. We didn't want to ban Donald Trump. We were forced to because of the misinformation. And remember, they're still bringing the word misinformation, disinformation back. Remember when they introduced that in 2016, 2017? And then it was basically anything they didn't like, they labeled disinformation. Like when a doctor came out against the vaccine, that's misinformation. That doesn't matter. And we're going to ban the doctor off social media, regardless of his credentials. It doesn't matter, regardless of his degree. And so they label anything they don't like disinformation, misinformation. That becomes their buzzword to be able to ban whatever they don't like. And it's a big problem. And it's like, I mean, the best example is the Hunter Biden laptop, because that was a time crunch right before the election that would influence people. And that was like a brute force. We don't care. We're saying it's misinformation. And you're going to believe it, and we don't give a shit. We need Biden in the White House. If Trump is underestimated like in 2016, he'll get 365. It's not going to be like that. He won't get 365. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but they've corrected a bit to where they're not going to underestimate him that bad. Because he would win the popular vote by like 4 points if he was underestimated. Well, no, he wouldn't, because the popular vote in 2016 actually wasn't horrible in terms of how accurate they were. They were like a point off. Misinformation is still free speech. Well, their argument is if it causes harm, it's an issue. That's what they'll say. See, it's always a harm thing, and it goes back to safety. It's gaslighting about safety. They use, this is really sinister, but they use the human, you know, they use our emotions against us. And that's why it always goes back to safety. It's like, listen, you know, we need to keep you guys safe. I mean, you want to keep your fellow human safe. I mean, all this stuff going around the internet, it's going to cause people to do bad things, and misinformation is going to cause people to think, you know, distrust the government, and then they'll rise up against the government. I mean, they'll do some stuff, and they'll do something, and then it'll be like, well, that event, just like January 6th, that event, we have to ban Trump. I mean, they wanted to destroy MAGA, and it didn't happen after January 6th, even with January 6th. Am I worried about Trump's safety? Yeah, man, there's some crazy things they're doing for Trump. Trump was at like a barber shop, and they put up this giant like freaking camp, like almost tent type thing, like you would see at a graduation party in front of the, in front of the. It was like it was just a barber shop, and there were a bunch of like a strip mall barber shop. There's a bunch of, you know, side streets and buildings, and it's like they got this massive tent up at the entrance covering everything. So Trump gets out, and he goes into the tent, and it shields him from a line of sight, like a public line of sight. It's just crazy to see that stuff. Trump should have withdrawn from Afghanistan long before Biden. Well, we all would have liked that, and it wouldn't be a full withdrawal. That's the problem with what Biden did. And Biden was told, this is what it was reported. It was reported half of the people were telling Biden, don't fully withdraw. It's just like whipping a Band-Aid off. It's good. You can't do that. Or actually, no, that's not a good analogy. My bad. But they needed to leave soldiers, and Trump's right on that. But Trump wanted to do it in his second term. You really shouldn't be thinking, well, it's hard because there's a lot that goes into that. We didn't know the United States, where they were positioned, you know, in Afghanistan. They might not have been ready to fully withdraw at that point, and you can't rush something like that. It has to be something that is planned out months in advance. And so if they're not ready, I mean, Trump was obviously banking on winning in 2020 to be able to do that withdrawal. And unfortunately, it didn't end up happening. And, you know, Biden, my goodness, the worst case scenario. I mean, he's like, oh yeah, Trump was going to get out too. Well, yes, that he made a deal to get out, but that's not the way it was supposed to happen. Wasn't the foiled attack on Trump in California a hoax? Yeah, I think. I mean, dude, I don't even know. They did not say anything about that. The only thing I know is that the police it was reported that it was, and then there were a bunch of people that said, no, I know the dude. He wouldn't do something like that. And then they released him on. I mean, you know, something's got to come out about that. They released him, so it's like I guess it wasn't real. The mic went out for 15 minutes at the rally. When Trump was speaking, the mic went out. Oh, my goodness. Dave Bautista trying to make fun of Trump when he was raised by two lesbians is funny. I mean, who cares? I mean, the liberals are going to try and make fun of Trump. I mean, I'm just desensitized to it. It really doesn't matter. It's inconsequential what they say. JD Vance is likable now. The debate really helped JD Vance's approval rating. I mean, I think his approval rating is at least almost even now. Really helped him out there. Thoughts on Elon supporting Trump? Can it sway the election? I don't know if it can sway it. It's going to help for sure. With Elon support, it'll help. And Elon's investing a ton of money into it as well. In Pennsylvania. A ton of money. DeSantis, Haley for president. Yeah, that's not going to happen with this Republican Party, with the MAGA movement. That's not going to happen. Unless Trump loses, then and loses badly, then you could see them moving away from that. But do you really think they'll move back to establishment? No, Haley is horrible. Yeah, I don't think Haley will ever happen. Haley needed to happen in like 2004, 2008. At this point, it's just, I think the Republican Party has moved away from the rhinos like that. I think DeSantis is a lot different, but even DeSantis was getting dunked on by MAGA throughout the entire primary process. He had really no footing. Why is Breaking Point's becoming so leftist? Yeah, that show is unraveling. Sagar needs to get out of there. It's bad. Can you pull up the AI-generated video of Jimmy Carter getting arrested in a wheelchair? I've never seen that. Jimmy Carter getting arrested? What about the AI-generated video of all, like, Bill Gates getting arrested? Klaus Schwab? Oh, that was hilarious. Is that what you're talking about? Or is it a different one? Why do so many boomers like Haley? Well, it's that Republican pure conservative role of McCain. Mike went out. His mic went out for 15 minutes. That's brutal. DeSantis gives you slight establishment vibes, and he knows he can't win without MAGA. Yeah, no, he's definitely more. Well, I mean, he's like a career. He's a politician. You know, the whole idea of MAGA was Trump not being in politics and then running for the people, and DeSantis obviously is not that. DeSantis' whole thing was I mean, dude, what DeSantis did with Florida was really good for Republicans. There's no way you can't deny that. I know there's a lot of MAGA people that hate DeSantis, but and the problem is the thing is, I think there's a lot of MAGA people that let a small percentage of these DeSantis supporters who, like, they act like they're these elitist people and, like, oh, they don't really like Trump and it should have been DeSantis. Just ignore those people. I mean, it's just, it's useless even paying attention to them. DeSantis really helped Trump out in Florida. There's no doubt about it. It's way better now that Florida's not a swing state. And it's pissing that liberals the hell off. That's why they're, like, siphoning through all this early voting, trying to make Florida the swing state, because they're desperate. Not the AI clip of Walls dancing. God, hell no. Trump minus 165 to win. Kamala minus 275 on popular vote. Man, that seems like a pretty big favorite for the popular vote on Kamala, 275. What are those odds in percent for him? Like that's got to be like 275, 70% chance, 65. Yeah, I think it's like 67 because isn't minus 370%? I don't know. When Trump's mic came back on, it was the largest roar. What was the crowd there? Was it an arena? Trump's been doing smaller arenas I've been seeing. Was it an arena or just like an event center or something? It'd be interesting if Trump went to like a giant indoor facility and just had like it would just I mean, I guess it'd be kind of hard to do that cuz I just want Trump to do a massive rally and he's not going to do it and it's sad. Like an actual massive like huge rally, like 150,000 people, just all American flags, just so overwhelming, like it's impossible. The media has to cover it because Tulsi's there, because Elon's there, because Vance is there, because Vivek is there, because RFK Jr. is there. Trump's the main event. It's 150,000 people. They all have American flags. And it's just, it's the ultimate patriotism. And it's like, this is just over. It's overwhelming. This is a movement. But there's just none of that from that campaign. I mean, I'm happy they're doing the Madison Square Garden rally, though. At least they're doing that. Will you eat cantaloupe? I'll have to suck on a cantaloupe, baby. You went to the Detroit rally? Well, how was the Detroit rally? Purdue is losing. There's a shock. Yeah, Purdue sucks. Trump is doing Madison Square Garden next Sunday, so in 9 days. Trump had 130K at Butler. Yeah, but it's disheveled. I need him in the stands, bro. But it wasn't. It was 100. I thought it was 108K. Actually, that might have been somewhere else. I don't remember. I thought it was 108. But I don't know. There might have been different reports on the numbers. Do you truly think Trump will win? Absolutely. Why would I not? Of course. What if Trump had a massive rally in Ohio? It wouldn't make much sense, honestly. He's already got Ohio. It would help Moreno. I am kind of surprised. Wait, did he go to Ohio? I don't even know. I'm a little bit surprised he never came to Ohio because Moreno, I mean, that is a big seat. How big is the largest venue? I think it's around 200K. It's a racetrack. The largest venue would be a racetrack. If you're talking about like a stadium, the largest venue, I think it's AT&T. If with extended seating, it's like 110K. That would be in Arlington. Madison Square Garden. I mean, that'll be a good rally for sure. What time will you start the election stream? I think around 5 o'clock, probably. 5 o'clock in the afternoon is a good time. And then it probably goes to like 2 a.m. So it's about a 9-hour stream. He should go to Virginia. I mean, I thought he was going to go to Virginia. Maybe he'll make one stop in Virginia. Who knows? Will you ever watch SNL? I mean, SNL is just, they're crazy with their copyrights. You can't watch any of it. You can't hear any music or anything. That's it with all these copyrights. They'll just take the revenue. It's not. I'm not even gonna show. It's not a poll. It's the popular vote winner. It's not a poll. This is really what it is right here. Well, this is the Senate. Here, I'll just leave it there. Where can you meet me? Well, it would be it'd be in Ohio. AT&T plus field seating would be 130K. Yeah, well, you know what you should look up? AT&T when they got the Final Four. You know, when they got the NBA All-Star game, I think it was 110. It'll probably be like 110, 115. But I wouldn't do well, I mean, you would do AT&T if you're scared about rain, because that is indoor. You wouldn't have to worry about that. But I would do Bristol. Bristol, you could get 200. Not Indiana, because Indiana doesn't have a full seating going all the way around. You need an enclosed seating structure. That's what Bristol has, and it would be 200. You could get 200 on the ground, and then on the ground, like the way they could do it is they could have like people hold up like things that could form an American flag. I mean, there's just so many things. It's just when you have these rallies and you can get 100K, you got to utilize that rather than it's just this like disheveled mess, because you want the photos for propaganda. Oh yeah, I think Doge will hit $1. Certainly, I think that'd be very bad for crypto in general if this cycle 2025 Doge doesn't hit $1. That would be bad. Trump is down 2 points for no reason. Well, it's just it ebbs and flows. It's a betting market. It is what it is. They're accusing a guy of placing big bets on Trump. Well, I mean, dude, you're gonna get this all the time with these liberals. They can't deal with a loss. It's unfortunate. They're gonna have to deal with it. It's gonna hit them very hard. But it's something they should be ready for. I mean, this ticket is pathetic. But they're still gonna be shocked when she loses. Yeah, the LA Coliseum would be awesome. Just the spectacle of it. The LA Coliseum, you could probably get like 110 with ground seating, with field seating. You made 15K from YouTube last year and bet on Trump when he had a 40. You bet 15K on Trump? I think you're lying, honestly, man. I mean, come on. Do you think we can really trust Nate Silver? What does it matter? I mean, Nate Silver has it 50-50. What are we really trusting Nate Silver for? If he's got the race 50-50, I really don't care what Nate Silver says. I mean, it's like, oh, he's got it 50-50, 45, it's like, it's just like, unless he's got it like 80-20, then I'll look at it. But if it's like 52-48, like, who cares? I mean, we know Nate Silver is probably going to say right before the election, it's anyone's race, it's 50-50. He'll probably lean one way very slightly, though. Some of them, though, are going to say, oh, it's 50-50. Thoughts on the Wolves allegations? I don't think that's true, man. I don't think that's true. Trust me, man, there's a big vetting process that goes into picking a VP, and that's something that they would have been able to sniff out. I mean, that's... But listen, I'm not close to that situation. If Trump wins, you'll be a crypto millionaire. Yeah, I'll be a crypto millionaire very soon as well, man. It'll be very good. Tennessee is predominantly red. It doesn't matter about what Tennessee is with Bristol. You want the photos of the massive rally. That's what matters. It's the impact. They would have to cover it. It's the biggest rally in political history. You have to make it undeniable. Well, my gut is saying this is a much better cycle than 2020 in terms of Trump. That's for sure. 2020 was a brutal polling cycle for Trump. I mean, he outperformed a lot of pretty much all the polls, but I mean, the polls now are so much better. It's not even comparable. Guys, I'm like, I do think people have to be trolling me about this Lichtman stuff. I think they have to be. Either there's just like people that just joined the stream and then commented, or they're just trolling me. But it's hard to tell, because I do think some people just join the stream and then ask me it. But I think, like, I don't know why people are so obsessed with that. I really don't. The only reason I talk about it is because people ask me over and over and over and over and over again. There's no escaping it. But it's just like, there's something about this system that Lichtman has. It's like that people are drawn to. The dude, black, he deleted his account. Yeah, that's not true then. Man, he wanted money. But imagine that black insurrectionist. You know what he did? He put all of the tweets not in a thread because you could make more money if you just do single tweets. So I think that was a money grab. That's the problem with X. Now you can do the money grab thing. Yeah, I vote straight ticket, but I'm voting against the gerrymandering. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I am voting against the gerrymandering issue. Someone in the audience of Kamala's tiny rally in Wisconsin screamed, "Jesus is Lord," and she said, "You're at the wrong rally." I know, I saw the clip. I mean, I understand. Listen, I'm not going to defend Kamala, but I think it was more so she was talking about like abortion and stuff like that, like the rights, because it goes in with it. But it sounds really bad. It sounds like she's rejecting Christians. I understand. Do you think there will ever be another Obama? Well, the Obama I was looking at the Obama 2008 victory. I mean, I think it's possible because it's not like a crazy Reagan type blowout, but it's going to be hard for anyone to. But I mean, it's possible. I think it is possible because 2008 wasn't that long ago. You still have Trump 312. Yeah, I do still have Trump 312. Do you trust the election polls or the election betting markets? Well, the election betting markets are just an extension of the polls. It's people looking at the polls and then interpreting it whatever way they want, and then betting their money on who they think is going to win based off the polling, and then based off a number of other things as well. How many years? This is really no. You're not wrong. This is really Polymarket's first big year. It used to be Predict It. Predict It was always the one I would look at in 2020 and 2022. What is Hunter's future? Fleeing the country? I don't know, man. A pardon? Yeah, Hockey, I understand what you're saying. If Biden would be running, maybe Trump could win like Obama won in 08. I still think Trump is too polarizing for it, honestly. Why was it 9%? I thought we did officially have a recession, and then they tried. Look, this is what I said. I said, from what I remember, they did say it was a recession, and they changed the definition in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. But then some liberals like, no, you're wrong. You just lied. I mean, I thought that's what happened, honestly. I mean, when you have 20%, when you have 9% inflation, you're right. It is. It's really bad. His art career. Oh yeah, Hunter Biden's art career. How can we forget? Some of the responses. You think some people are overhyped, looking too much into the poly market? Well, then look at Real Clear Politics. It'll tell you Trump's going to get 312. Go look at Real Clear Politics average then, if you don't like the betting. What do you think of the Dems on Twitter saying the Trump October surprise is a cancer diagnosis? I'd imagine they're trolls. Well, let me correct myself when I talk about this. They don't want Trump to get cancer. They want his head blown off. There's a difference. I mean, no, but that's serious. A lot of them do want Trump's head blown off. I'm not lying. I'm not, but no, I think that's just trolls. I mean, they've been really going at Trump's health. What margin do you think New Hampshire is? Probably about a 7-point victory for Harris. Maybe a 6. Maybe it's less. I don't know, man. New Hampshire's hard. There's a lot of independents, but they lean left. You sticking to 306? Well, I've been at 312 actually. If I go down to 306, that would be me flipping Nevada. What roles does Elon Musk would Elon Musk have in this administration? Well, Elon's role is to trim the fat off of it, just like he did with Twitter. And also, he wants some type of transparency team in terms of how the government spends money. Yeah, I saw the 538 model flip. Poly market starting to correct. I mean, I thought it would have corrected a little bit before this. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I can't do it with this. Love the vids, dude. I appreciate that, man. Am I worried about Alan Lichtman's prediction? No, I'm not, man. I think I'll live without the prediction. I think I'll be all right, man. 297. Well, 270 is good enough. You got to get to 270. Trump potentially could get to 269. Well, it gets complicated, but 312 electoral votes as the most for Trump. Yeah, well, 312 is thought of as like the normal high watermark unless he flips an unpredicted state like a Minnesota or Virginia. Do you think Wisconsin will vote to the right of Pennsylvania? I think it's possible, man. Yeah, that had to have been a troll donation. I mean, come on. Imagine that was actually somebody that joined the stream and donated that, like, legitimately. I gotta give the dude credit for his marketing, man. If this many people want to know about this, this is an A+ marketing. Do you watch any of the Senate debates? I watched some of the Ted Cruz debate. I watched some of the Tim. I said tin can. I mean, he is like a tin can. Tim Kaine debate. I mean, Cruz crushed. Cruz did very well against Allred. But Cruz is he's a sharp dude. There's a lot of people that I mean, I guess he's a Republican, but there's a lot of people that are nasty, really don't like Ted Cruz. It's like, oh, we went to Cancun. It's just it's like the bottom of the barrel type insult. It's like, I mean, I was just surprised to see the amount of hate Ted Cruz got on one of his channels. You don't think Trump will get Virginia? I do not think Trump will get Virginia. That would be a big upset if he got it. I mean, that would be... It's not the end of the world if he doesn't get it. By the way, I'm coming out with an official logo. So, D-Money, you had that emblem right next to your name? I'll have an actual logo. That was just something AI created, but I'll have an actual logo. I mean, I have the logo, but I just got to release it. But I don't think see, the thing is, I don't think I can change my profile picture on YouTube to my logo because people won't be able to, you kind of have to leave it. If I did it, it would be, people would get confused. Or if I do it, I have to do it after the election. Where can you watch the Cruz debate? I would just look it up on... Really, now you could pretty much find it probably fully on X, the full debate. X is doing long-form video now, but just look it up on YouTube. It'd probably be easier. My face is the logo. That's not a logo, man. It's not a logo. No, I understand. I like my profile pic. I do. I do like my profile pic. The blue background is fire. I know it makes me stand out. But I like my logo that I got, man. I do like my logo that I made. It is. Trust me, Daniel. It's very. It's not. I don't think it's cringy. It's pretty. I think it's pretty good. Do you Republicans like cats? Oh yeah, cats have actually endorsed Trump, especially here in Ohio. I have a cat, and he's about 16 years old, and he's endorsed Trump. He saw the Springfield mess, and he's like, I'm an independent, but I have to vote for Trump this time. That's why cats. I mean, you see the photos. I mean, cats endorse Trump. If Kerry Lake somehow wins Arizona, GOP will get 55 seats. Yeah, probably 54 or 55. And to be honest, man, they need to run it up as much as possible with the 2026 midterms the way they're looking. Your Wi-Fi is cats for Trump 2024. Hey, listen, in Ohio, you know. You did it. You did it. You did the Alan Lickman keys art, man. That's great. Did you ever think Hillary was going to win? Well, I was a lot younger in 2016. I mean, I thought Trump was going to win just because I was a biased Trump supporter, you know. But I was also way younger, so there was like not a lot of. I feel like if I was this age in 2016, I probably would have thought Hillary was going to win. Yeah. But when you're younger like that, you're more oblivious and you just think, oh, he'll win. And I think Republicans win the House barely, especially if Trump continues to look this good in terms of the popular vote. Refresh the page. I think it auto refreshes. I think Trump might have went up by 0.2. Trump goes up by 0.2. Chase, I know. It's all opinionated. It's crazy, and then to be able to swing that and act like it's some algorithm, it's truly something. In 2016 and 2020, I hated both candidates. Dude, you know what? Finally, that hasn't been happening anymore. Who remembers the amount of people that would say I hate both candidates? And maybe I'm just in an echo chamber, but I feel like it's not happening anymore. Can you do a 24-hour stream on election night? It's not possible. YouTube will end it before. Ban Andrew for spam. Who Andrew the mod? Yeah, I don't think he's spamming, honestly. I didn't see him spam much. Will you hit 1 million subscribers by 2030? I don't care, man. Can you react to 2016 election meltdown with the young turds? TYT had a nice meltdown. I remember I watched some of that on election night. I remember that. Dude, you know what? I remember watching TYT during on Super Tuesday in 2016. Super Tuesday was huge in 2016, man. It was huge because that cycle, the primaries were so amazing. If anyone wants to join my Discord, go to the community notes or excuse me, the community tab on YouTube and you can see the link there. And I think the link is still active. Is Anna Kasparian a Trump supporter? I don't think so, no. She's an independent, though. My parents, independent. Favorite Trump roast? Probably something with Walls. I mean, with Walls, it's funny. They did they did like a compilation on Walls of him dancing. Having the time of your life, dancing queen. And there's like all these clips of Walls, and they got him with the communist bow in it too. I was happy they included that. What network will be normally what I would do is I would go from Fox News and CNN. That's basically it. I really don't do MSNBC much, but it'll be different with me. I do not believe that, I don't know, maybe someone can tell me for sure. I do not believe that I can stream CNN on my stream. I don't believe I can do that. Now, the thing is, you can, if there's like a political event or a rally or something, I think you're allowed to do that because it's fair use and it has to do with like an election decision for the general public. But when it comes to an event, I don't think I mean, I'd love to live stream it and just have it on there so it'd be easier for people to follow, but I don't think I'll be able to. I wonder if Walls will go to a football game tomorrow. Yeah, let's see Walls go to a college game tomorrow. The Illinois-Michigan game. CNN has amazing graphics. You can't beat them. No Young Turks. Well, the Young Turks is like YouTube, I think. So they're not even on like cable TV. So if I have it on TV, I'm not gonna have them on. I mean, maybe, dude. There's no way I'm gonna watch the Young Turks because I'll be streaming. If I wasn't streaming and I was just like back in 2020, I might have them on my iPad or something, and then have the TV on. But I might be switching from like different streams because there's a lot of conservatives that are gonna stream as well. But obviously, I'm not gonna be doing that this time because I have to stream. Why did Trump? I mean, it ebbs and flows, man. It's a 20-point lead. I think we should not worry about it. It's gonna go up. Trump can't go up indefinitely. He's gonna go down at some point. And I thought he was gonna go down when he was up to like 55, 56. I thought he would go down. I thought there would be an adjustment. Watching The View would be so fun on election day. You mean the day after? The day after, it'll be a morgue. They won't show up. Alex Jones versus Piers Morgan. Yeah, that's an amazing debate on CNN. You're a white coat. Oh, man. Have me back here with a boxing ring. I'll show up in red, white, and blue. You can wear your Jolly Roger. It's a great debate. We need to see a yeah. Yeah, maybe a meltdown. Maybe you see the meltdown after they lose. But it'll be a fake meltdown because he'll do it. He'll do it for views, and but I don't think his heart will be in the meltdown. I think he knows she's gonna lose. Definitely a much stronger. Yeah, Trump's in a much stronger position than 2020. No one can debate that. So Trump is going on Rogan next week. I think it is going to be next week. It's got to be next week sometime. And I wonder if he will do it live. It'd probably be more transparent for it to be live, but I guess it doesn't matter because he'll just upload it either way. And I think people trust Rogan to not do anything stupid, like funny with it. You think Elon will pay Alex Jones? I think Alex Jones is creating his own new network now. I saw on X, it's like the Alex Jones audio network or something. So I think he's just doing that instead of trying to buy Infowars when they put it up for auction. I think that's happening in November around Thanksgiving. Who should you watch on election night? It depends. Do you like depends what you like, really. If you like good graphics, I mean, you got to watch CNN. CNN has some good graphics, I'll be honest. Yeah, people got to be trolling me about this as well. People talking about Trump. Guys, Trump is down by 2 points. This is crap. He's up by 20. I mean, it ebbs and flows. It's not a big deal. Will you stream? Yeah, I'll definitely stream the day after. I'll stream the day after no matter what. If Trump wins or loses, I'll stream the day after. Leb's having another meltdown. Yeah. Well, she's really struggling right now. They're having a lot of infighting within their party. I mean, it's even being reported. I don't think Kamala will go on Joe Rogan. Not after that Brett Baer disaster. John King. I do like John King is, even though it is CNN, John King at the big board, it's you take a look at all the counties. When will the first state be called at? It'll be Indiana will be called first, very likely. I think Indiana and Vermont are the first two that get called, I believe. What time would you predict Virginia is called? Probably not till a bit later, actually. It'll probably take them time to call Virginia, unlike 2020, because Virginia was a lot bigger of a margin in 2020 than it's going to be. The View is not on at night. The View is a daytime show, so they wouldn't be on after the election gets called. Almost 100% chance the election gets called night of, yeah. Kamala may go to Fallon or Kimmel. Well, I mean, she already went. It doesn't really matter. Those late night hosts aren't going to do anything for her. Who do you got winning Ohio? I have Moreno winning by about 3. When Biden dropped out, I thought the race was over, and that's when the race should have been over. Posting all over, she was down by 10. Yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is. You knew they were going to have a coalition around her and spend a bunch of money, and that's what they've done. I mean, it's not surprising. What's Virginia look like? It's like 90-10 from what I saw. 84-16. Maybe it swung like a few points, but it's still 84-16. Do I live in upstate New York or Ohio? I live in Ohio. Undertaker and Kane. Yeah, I think isn't Trump going on Undertaker's podcast? That's kind of what's going on there. Ryan, I appreciate it, man. What's the score of the Guardians game? Can someone tell me? I'd rather just be told by chat. I'd rather just be told. I just don't want to look it up. Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie's a mess. I saw Rosie on TikTok, just completely lost. Just total Trump derangement. Well, listen, if anyone actually has a reason for Trump derangement syndrome, it's Rosie, because that was the first person Trump attacked back in this first debate. Rosie's the OG. Yanks up 6-3. Not surprising. Yanks about to go up 3-1 in that series. Only Rosie O'Donnell. Whoa. That's a low blow to Rosie. Is Aaron Judge MAGA? Yeah, Aaron Judge seems like a conservative. He seems like a conservative type of guy. Trump has Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania winning. How is it only 59 point? Well, it's all based off betting, so it's not a lock that Trump wins those states. This is just where they're trending right now based off the betting. I mean, it's not like if Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania were all like a 90% chance, then these odds would be like 80%. But they're all a lot lower. You want Megyn Kelly to debate Dana Bash? Yeah, just start naming random people to debate each other. That's a good debate. I like that. Has Nevada flipped? I think it's 50-50. Yeah, it actually is purely 50-50. 6-5. Oh man. 6-5. It's got to be like the eighth inning or the seventh inning, maybe. Why is Nevada not ahead in the polls? Well, I mean, Nevada has gone Democrat in pretty much the past like 6 cycles, so it's understandable. But I mean, Nevada's basically tied right now in terms of the polls. What do I think about weed? I don't smoke weed. You know, weed. Oh, it's got a nasty odor to it. That's what I'll say about weed. I feel like the weed coalition it's actually dying down. Like there was a big thing that happened because people were anti-weed. It was like no, it's bad, and then something flipped in like you know the mid 2010s, and people were like they love weed. Why are you against weed? It's people adults can do whatever they want, and now people are like no, weed makes you're just not productive. It smells like shit. So now more people are coming out against weed. It feels like now from what I've seen. Biden has the record for most votes in 30 seconds. Oh man. Would you vote Nick Saban for president? I don't think so, man. I think Nick Saban's like he's probably a Republican, but people were saying he's a Democrat. Not productive and smells bad. Well, I mean, that type of thinking can make it frowned upon in public. Look at what happened to cigarettes. Who smokes cigarettes now? No one. We don't want weed put in public and it smells like shit all over the place. Would I vote for Vivek if he's the Republican? Obviously over any Democrat. Does Clemson have a shot at the national title? I don't know, man. It's hard to say with Clemson because they've been playing good, but they really haven't faced anyone. That's the problem. Do you think Trump never drinks? Yeah, Trump seems like the guy that probably. He's been pretty abundant on that stuff that he doesn't do it, so I really don't think he's lying about it. Would I vote for Mr. Beast? You know, the public opinion on Mr. Beast is pretty funny. I used to not like Mr. Beast and everyone loved him, but now you guys don't like him, and I actually kind of. I really don't know. You know, I don't think he did anything that bad, and people just canceled him for no reason. What did Mr. Beast do that was so horrible? You know, I don't really understand. Why Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Smith? I'll take Jeremiah Smith. I think Ryan Williams. They're different receivers. I don't think Gavin Newsom would even be the Democratic nominee. He'd be the favorite in the primaries, but he wouldn't win. For them, they would rather go Shapiro than Newsom. I feel like if they were doing something like that, Newsom gives you no edge. You know, he's from California. I don't think he really can relate to people from the Midwest. You're on your lunch break. Where do you live? What time zone are you in? Yeah, I don't know about that stuff. I don't know, man. I think that's look. I agree. The thing with the Chris, that's not good. That's really bad. What Chris because he had a child and everything, and that is really bad. But it's just a weird situation to be in if you're Mr. Beast. Who do you wish was on the 2028 Republican ticket? Vance, Byron Donalds. Yeah, I think Donalds has had some really good appearances from I've seen from him defending Trump on these shows. Donalds is your identity politics pick for sure. The tariff thing is a gamble. Well, the tariff thing has kind of become more of a narrative than an actual like obviously that's one of Trump's plans that he wants to do, but it's kind of like all anyone talks about now is like the Trump is tariff. When really, I think with Trump, the big thing is the immigration. But the tariff, you're not going to find a perfect fix 100%. There's always going to be drawbacks, and liberals are showing you what the drawbacks are, but it's the reliance on China is just far too much. It's far too much. And the problem with them is they want to rely more on other countries, foreign countries, for energy, which is a big issue. Look at the Germans relying on Russia when they got into that war, how that turned out. Eric Adams endorsed Trump. Yeah, after last night, maybe after that dinner, what he said about him. Libs just suck up to China. Yeah, it's such a weird dynamic. I don't know, the dynamic with Republicans and Democrats, where Republicans, like Russia more, liberals hate Russia, Republicans hate China, liberals like China. It's interesting to see that dynamic. Why is Trump falling on Polymarket? They hit him with an October surprise. They got him. They got him this time. God damn it. They got him. Should I put $500 bet on Trump winning? I think I'm gonna do it. Listen, I would. Well, I can't tell you what to do, man. I can't tell you, but Did I watch the new Reagan movie? No. Is it in theaters? Or is it like an Amazon Prime type thing? RFK Jr. running as a Republican. No, RFK Jr. is not gonna. I think he's pretty much done. I mean, unless something crazy happens. I mean, you running as a Republican if Trump loses? You're saying? I mean, it's just like. I mean, I guess he does have some support because he's kind of a known name now because he ran in 2024, but maybe he has a base of like 5% or something. RFK said this was his last Hail Mary. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't see RFK running again. Netflix or Amazon? Well, I never really had Amazon Prime. I only ever had the Netflix. Watch PBD podcast. Trump looked tired and skinny. Did he lose weight? Yeah, it does look like Trump. Probably Ozempic, probably something like that to help you lose some weight. It does look like he lost weight, and there are people that are saying he does look tired as well. Thoughts on the ASU stabbing? I haven't heard about it. I'll have to look it up. New Jersey should be a swing state. It's not going to happen this year, man. Yeah, you do multiple rallies like that. It's hard, man. You're going to be tired. It is what it is. Can't wait for the Trump event at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, it should be really good, man. Do I pay for YouTube Premium? Yeah, I do. I just watch so much YouTube. It's what is it, like $15 a month? I don't want to deal with it, with the ads and stuff. Got any hobbies? Just like crypto, probably. Crypto and making videos, and I guess that's a job, but what are the odds Trump wins out of 100? According to me, I'd say like 75 to 80 at least. The Ozempic will lock up. Yeah, Ozempic, there are some side effects to it for sure. It's not a miracle drug yet. They'll make something that'll be like you'll be able. Everyone will be skinny. Will make something. They'll be able to do that. But Ozempic has its flaws. I mean, it's like the first version of that. It's like the god drug that can lose you weight and you don't have to eat and you don't feel hungry. And I mean, that's not what our bodies should be doing. You shouldn't be doing that. But people need everything easier that nowadays because our reward systems keep getting we keep having to up the ante because it's just we're constantly getting stimulated and everything, and so it's just easier for people to do it, and they'll be able to make something where no one will have to be fat and everything like that. And is that good for the human race? I guess I don't know, man. Yeah, YouTube is my job, man. Eat less. How hard is it? Well, it depends. The people, if they've got, uh, if people are hungry, you know how it is. Ozempic drains you. I mean, it really messes with your face fat, apparently. I don't know if that. I don't know if that's true about Ozempic. Splits fat cells, so yeah, I don't know if that's true, man. I feel like there's a lot of fear mongering with this type of stuff. Kamala's video last night was a disaster, man. It was a total disaster. Started taking ivermectin, and it felt great. You started taking ivermectin for what reason? Just because? I mean, dude, the thing with ivermectin is, I mean, I guess it becomes like Rogan's thing, but he just did it with a bunch of other stuff. It wasn't just ivermectin. He took a bunch of shit. Ozempic helps you with face fat. No, it messes with your face. Apparently, it like your face gets really drooped or something. Your skin on your face, and people can tell if you or I don't know if it deflates your face. Maybe it does something. Is it true that he uses Ozempic? I don't know. Basically, anyone that loses weight gets accused of using Ozempic. If we're gonna be honest, it was a lice treatment because kids got it at school. Oh, that's interesting. Rich Eisen interviewed Walls. Really? Rich Eisen, I guess, is liberal. It doesn't surprise me. Although I don't know. No, I'm not worried about Trump dropping, man. I'm not. I haven't heard any new updates on the Oklahoma City Thunder arena, personally. RFK said he's on TRT. Doesn't surprise me. Rogan recommends it. If I could give any advice, what would it be? Any advice on what? YouTube? Oklahoma City doesn't deserve the tallest building in the USA, really? It is a weird play. It is a weird state for it. Ohio need Moreno. Yeah, no, I think Ohio, I think Moreno's going to win. I'm just saying that Moreno is not doing well in terms of the funding. I mean, he's getting outfunded significantly. It's very obvious. It's not even close. Why do you think Harris skips the did anything come out on Harris skipping that dinner? It seems like such a dumb thing to do. Give my 13 keys for YouTube success. Yeah, I'll make I'll make 13 keys. It'll be an algorithm. I'll say it's an algorithm, but it'll just be opinions. Yeah, that'll make sense, man. That was good. I like that, man. What advice can you give to fellow redheads? I don't know. Dye your hair. No, I'm kidding. Chances Cruz wins re-election. Very possible. I think it's gonna happen. I mean, what is it, like an 85, 90%? Do you think Trump's campaigning in California and New York means his internal numbers possibly looking better? Yeah, it's hard to say exactly why he is campaigning in those. I mean, with New York, I think it's more so people are saying, well, the popular vote, the House races, maybe more of a spectacle type thing. With Madison Square Garden, I think it's more like a propaganda type thing, honestly. FSU is 1-6. I mean, they're lucky they're not 0-7, honestly. They very well could be 0-7. Internals aren't like polls from God. Yeah, I know. The internals are what they are. They're supposed to be more accurate, but who knows? But we don't even, it is weird that he would campaign in those states. I mean, I know it's like the houses and everything, the house races, but you'd think they would go. He would go to like Ohio and other places. Do you think Duke gets ranked after this game? No, I don't think Duke has had a hard enough schedule to be ranked from what I've seen. Do they have one loss? I think. I still don't think they'll be ranked. When are you gonna buy a Hellcat? I would never buy a Hellcat, man. That's not my type of car. That's not my type of vehicle. Let's be honest. Is this pool a true news source? What does that mean? Yanks winning middle of the eighth. God, those games are marathons. Even with the pitch clock, those games are really really long. Yeah, I do. The problem when I stream at this time, it's like it's not good because the games are going on. I mean, I would rather the game start at 5 o'clock and be better, but the Mets game was at 5 o'clock. Get a Cybertruck? No, I would never get a Cybertruck either. Although I do like I mean, I think Cybertrucks are cool. People think they look stupid, but I think they look cool. I mean, they look like Mars vehicles. They do. Fraud is already, dude. I don't. I really don't want to hear it, man. I really don't. I know, but like, there's nothing. What do you want me to do about it? Am I gonna be Superman and come down and then like, but like, I don't know what to do about that. It's like Bo Naylor with a double. God, another Yankees blown game. You're very worried about the Dems cheating. Well, I can't really do anything for you, man. There's nothing I can do. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, put a friggin' Superman cape on and save everyone? I mean, I don't know what you want me to say about it. I don't know what's true, what's not. You think the Titans should draft a QB? Yeah, the Titans need a QB badly. I mean, Will Levis is not going to do it, man. Get a Cybertruck. The inside is cool. I was thinking of getting just a regular Tesla, but is it true that redheads should avoid the beach for sunburn? Yeah, no. I mean, I would say it's bad with sunburn. You don't want to get sunburn. It's not good. That's why I don't. I mean, I don't think it's that crazy. I mean, it depends, I guess, how your skin is. But it does attract the sun more for sure. The hair color. Should America one day rebuild the Twin Towers? That time has passed, man. That's not gonna happen at this point. Thoughts on Deshaun Watson? Horrible, horrible, horrible. Oregon up 35-0. It's Purdue is terrible. I mean, that's a good win for Oregon though. Can we find the liberal? No. The next president, the 45th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. No! And she timed it perfectly, but I don't know what happened to that lady. She should have made money off that. That could have been like an NFT or something, seriously. She should have made money off that. That was one of the most, that's like one of the biggest moments, man. Her saying no is like one of the top things, the memes. Thoughts on the popular vote? I mean, I think it's probably like 60-40. Harris wins the popular vote. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. Yeah, I did a 2-hour stream. That'll wrap it up, guys. That's going to wrap it up. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. Have you been following Candace Owens? I have not. I mean, I've seen what's going on, but I haven't really been following it, like watching all the videos or anything like that. Refresh. Yeah, we'll see. People will go in crisis mode here in a second. Hold on, watch. Oh, it didn't even change. What? It didn't even change. Well, did the Senate change? Well, I think Republicans went up even more in the Senate. So there's your poly markets. Good night, baby girl. Bitch, who you calling baby girl? No, I'm joking, man. Will MSNBC call us racist? Yeah, MSNBC will have a meltdown, and we will be. Well, I'm a minority myself with my hair, but you guys will be called racist. You guys are just disgusting. Us minorities, we're for Trump, but these white people, man. Turn on the Guardians game. Yeah, I'll be turning that on. That'll be another great ending. I'll be going ahead to watch that game right now. Baby girl. I've never been called baby girl before. Oh, man. Guards tie it. Oh, man. The Yankees blow another one. Yeah, Van Jones is going to... Well, Van Jones is going to cry either way, no matter what. Libs think polling will be as accurate as 2022. Well, libs are just the ultimate cope session. They're comparing midterms to a general election. Oh my god. Oh, God. The ultimate cope. All right, goodbye, guys.